Imagine this. You start with just $1,200 and turn it into $1 million in 5 to 6 years. It sounds impossible, right? Hey, I am Hasnae Taleb, but some of you might know me as the Shewolf of Nasdaq. Today, I want to share my journey with you, the real story behind how I became a professional trader on Wall Street. I'll talk about the setbacks, the wins, and the lessons that shaped my career. So if you're aiming for success in trading or just curious about what it takes, this video is for you. For those who don't know me, I come from a small village in Morocco called Khnifra. I grew up dreaming of bigger things. And at the age of 23, I hit my first $1 million. Nasdaq gave me the title Shewolf of Nasdaq. Today, I manage a firm with a team track record of over $3.8 billion in assets. I have built 5 startups, selling 3 of them for a combined valuation of $88 million. Now, I help businesses scale and reach the valuations they're aiming for. But let's rewind back, because getting here wasn't easy at all. At the age of 17, I moved to the US for a space camp in Alabama. It was my first taste of the American dream. After that, I earned a scholarship to university, but it only covered the first year. I enrolled, and a few months later, I found myself running out of savings and unable to cover my university expenses. I was in a new country, on my own, trying to figure out how I would pay for school and survive. I laugh about it now, but back then, I was completely lost. I cried every night. I felt totally alone and even went through a phase of wanting to be a singer. I started thinking, what kind of job I could get at my age, something where I would actually use my brain. I didn't want to end up working in a restaurant or doing something that felt like just getting by. I wanted something that would challenge me, something that could change my situation. So I applied everywhere, thinking a marketing position might be easier. I worked in a call center for 3 months to finance my education, then I quit. And I applied for a marketing specialist position in another company, but it was a total failure. I ended up working for a company that was headed for bankruptcy. And within a few months, I was jobless and running out of my savings again. I was alone in a foreign country with no family around me to support. Imagine it, a 19-year-old girl, alone, broke, trying to survive. I'd fast for days to save money and walk miles instead of taking the bus to hold into what I later had. When you're that far down, the doubts creep in and you start thinking, am I a failure? Why is this happening to me? I remember one night walking home instead of taking public transportation because I wanted to save money. And I thought, something has to change. I started thinking about something I'd once heard from an economics professor at university. Anyone can trade stocks. That idea stuck with me, and I began searching for every bit of information I could find online about trading. I studied book after book, but I was lost and I didn't fully understand what I was looking into. All I knew was that it fascinated me and I wanted to learn more. Books, courses, anything I could get my hands on. Then, one day at university, I met Mitzi Purdo. I call this the turning point. She was a billionaire from a big family who would come to speak on campus. I was singing at the campus auditorium with my friends, and then my voice stopped her. She came to me afterwards saying, "You have talent, but talent cannot flourish without hard work and focus." That one conversation changed everything for me. Mitzi taught me the real wealth isn't built on a single paycheck. She explained that having multiple income streams is essential if you want to build lasting wealth. I took her advice on almost everything: how to save, how to invest, how to think beyond the rat race, and how to follow my dreams. That advice led me to take my first steps in trading. With just $1,200, I started trading, mostly through trial and error. I spent hours every day learning the markets, taking courses, and navigating past scammers who claim to be experts. I struggled a lot, like you have no idea. competing against major players that I call the big sharks with billions of dollars and quantum algorithms. It was truly intimidating, but I kept pushing forward. Mitzi saw how hard I was trying to gain access to the right knowledge, so she introduced me to one of the top hedge fund managers on Wall Street, Roy Niederhofer, who eventually became my mentor. And Roy did not want to accept me at first. He challenged me to prove myself with more than just 6 months of market trading before he would take me seriously. After that, I landed a job at Morgan Stanley as an equity research associate. There, I learned about the market dynamics from the inside, eventually earning my Series 7 and Series 63 licenses before joining Nasdaq as an equity trader. And at the age of 23, I had turned $1,200 into $1 million through day trading, achieving a compound growth rate that was honestly beyond what I could have dreamed of. Now, if I have learned anything from this experience, is that mindset is everything. I see a lot of people coming to my firm, getting jobs they are not passionate about, and leaving because it's hard. It looks super candy from the outside, but it's super hard. So here are 5 game-changing tips that have got me from the rock bottom to Wall Street. First is focus on mindset and attitude first. Let me tell you, at my lowest points, it was my mindset and attitude that kept me going. I could have just thrown in the towel, but I kept asking myself, what can I learn from this? That shift from seeing obstacles as setbacks to seeing them as lessons brought me closer to my dreams. So here is my tip. Get serious about developing your mindset. Take a hard look at what you're reading, who you're spending your time with, and where you are investing your energy. Those choices shape how you make sense of the world, and they really can open doors where you once saw only walls. 2. Stay curious and keep learning. Honestly, curiosity was my escape route. Coming from a small village in Morocco to where I am today, it was curiosity that pushed me to ask questions, read books, and take courses, even when I had no idea where it would lead me. I was studying anything and everything I could find on trading. Don't worry if you don't have it all figured out yet. Keep learning, keep looking, and never let fear stop you from exploring something new. Every bit of knowledge adds to your foundation. Number 3, build multiple streams of income. My mentor, Mizzy, changed my perspective on money forever. She taught me that relying on one paycheck is a trap. And I remember starting out thinking that getting a job was making it. But Mizzy showed me that it was only the beginning. So find ways to diversify, even if they're small at first. That security, that flexibility is essential. And trust me, having multiple streams of income isn't just a wealth-building move. It's freedom. Number 4, surround yourself with the right people and find great mentors. Listen, who you're around matters. There's that saying, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And it's true. I was lucky to have people like Mitzi or even my mom who believed in me when others didn't. They gave me insights and pushed me in ways I couldn't have done alone. So find mentors who inspire you, people who challenge you, and a network that lifts you up. It's a game changer. Number 5 is take calculated risk and bet on yourself. Look, no one else is going to believe in you as much as you can believe in yourself. I started with just $1,200 and I had to figure out trading by trial and error. It was terrifying going up against big players, but I kept going. Every leap I took was a risk, and it was a calculated one. Don't gamble, but don't be afraid to take that next step. Sometimes your biggest cheerleader is actually you. So make sure you're giving yourself that support. So that's a bit of my journey. And if you take anything from this, let it be that your circumstances don't define you. Learn constantly, take risks, and surround yourself with people who lift you up. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment with your questions and topics you would like to hear more about. I'll be back next Sunday with more stories and insights. Thanks for watching.